Previously on Journey to Whole. All right, it's time to make a confession. I don't like my kids. All right, welcome back. Thought I'd just take a little bit of time to catch up with you all about being a frustrated father. And so over the last few days, I've been really trying to be mindful of not provoking and being much more mindful of the tone in my voice so I'm not leading by loud, and also making sure that I'm not being critical, but that I am being firm in making sure that they're being obedient to what they need to learn. I did have one kind of brief moment with one of the kids, though, when they were frustrated in trying to correct me again by saying in the last video I should have said something more, and they shared that they felt like I'm not a good listener. And so that is another lesson that needs to be learned in the process. And if I'm being honest, I was really frustrated and sadly and kind of hurt by that statement, because I feel like I've tried to be a good listener throughout my time with the kids and really trying to hear what they have to say. But you know, as I said before in the last video, one of the things you need to do is ask questions and really, really listen. And so my first tendency was to make excuses for myself and want to kind of blow it off as not important information. But if I'm going to be practicing what I preach and what I teach and what I talk about, then it stands to reason that I also need to make sure that I am being a more active listener with them. A couple of things I wanted to share just about provoking your kids, because that to me is kind of the most important out of those three how not tos that I talked about. And I think the reason for it is really driven home when Kellen had said that when I get super mad at him, that it makes him mad at me as well. And so I think as I look at provoking, what I really want to focus on is making sure that I am setting an example for them in the behavior, in the tone of voice, in the way that they respond. In fact, one of the things that I was really challenged with is when it comes to provoking and it comes to parenting, what is my goal? Because is my goal to be heard by them and for them to know that I am in charge? Or is the goal to teach them and grow them into responsible young men and women, to have a good attitude and make good choices in the midst of it? I think at times what we're looking for is a really specific outcome. And if I'm honest with myself, I'm generally frustrated because the outcome is not what I want it to be. And so instead of trying to lead them and guide them into an appropriate response, I control it and I make it a matter of fact. And I think that's the hard part sometimes about being a parent, is just letting them kind of experience life on their own and learn at their own pace. And if we don't provoke, what that does is it gives them opportunity to really learn and to really listen and to really grow. And so if I'm a frustrated father, it makes sense that that provokes them to be frustrated themselves. And so I've been really focused on this in the last few days and really trying to be mindful of how to communicate in love and compassion and kindness even when I am really frustrated. I tell my kids all the time that they have a choice in the attitudes to which they respond, and yet it's my choice first to create that environment. If I provoke them, then what I provoke in them is the same frustration that I've given to them. But if I encourage them, then they will be encouraged to do the right thing. And so I'm hopeful that over the next few days I'll continue to learn and grow with them as I parent them more towards wholeness. Thank you for watching this video. If you like more videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment, and share Journey to Whole. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.